Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio. This is Northeast Georgia Business Radio presented by Regions Bank. Embrace the FN life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and yeah, we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me a Jackson County native, Jackson County man. He's not a boy anymore. A lot of people know him, love him. They know his dad, love his dad. I'm one of those people. But with me today, Solid Ground Service.
Yeah. Yep.
You heard his voice. I have with me the Ward Black.
The
Ward Black.
I like that. Can I steal it?
It's yours, man.
Okay.
My gift to you.
Don't charge me too much for it.
Oh, well, I get a cut 10% of anything you make.
Well, it's on the record now. So
yeah, it is.
Oh, well.
Solid Grounds Services.
Yep.
Service.
Either way.
I just had your website written down. I'm an idiot. Forgive me.
Hey, the more people know about it, the better.
Now they're Googling it.
Absolutely. I can hear them away.
But now, you are Jackson County tried and true.
I am. Grew up here.
You are.
Moved around a bit, but came back right before COVID and don't intend to go too far out.
You're here.
I'm here.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. Great to be here.
Now, you do have the company, Solid Grounds.
Sure.
But something that not a lot of people realize, unless they're, I guess, closely associated with it, agriculture is still king in Jackson County.
It is.
And
in Georgia, too.
Yeah, Georgia, Northeast Georgia, yeah.
Absolutely.
Not everyone realizes that.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been in the agriculture world, shall we say, all your life.
I have.
You must like it. You still are.
In the opportunities, we were talking earlier about just being here in Jackson County and staying involved, what opportunities it afforded to me as just a high school student, and what doors and eyes that opened to me, and not only just professional and personal development, but also just career opportunities the industry offered me. That's part of one of my reasons for having Solid Ground Services is to take some of my experiences that I've had since leaving Jackson County and help farmers and landowners increase profits and find solutions to the problems that they have. So many of our farmers here in Jackson County looking daily for new ways to, hey, how can I save here? But also, how can I generate another revenue stream to help us stay in business?
Right.
And so with what I offer through my little business there, I'm pretty flexible and can kind of adjust solutions to what those farmers and landowners may be looking to add to their operation.
What kind of problems are they experiencing? What are you solving?
Yeah, so it's anything as technical as I want to get more crops grown, or here in Jackson County, so much of our farmland is either pastures or poultry.
Right.
Or hay fields, and that kind of falls into the pasture category.
Cattle business is awfully big here, is it not?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And so, how can I save money but get the same results out of my hay field, for example? How can I grow the same amount of hay for the less amount of cost? With fertilizer being so high, the past few years, COVID, not only has it affected so many of other things that we do in our daily lives, but on the farm, between fertilizer is the main input, no matter what you're farming.
Right.
And so for cattle farmers, you're looking at fuel, you're looking at a fertilizer, and then all the other added on cost, whether it be plastic to wrap hay bales with, for example, or just general maintenance of parts and supplies. Those have quadrupled, across the board. There's so many studies out there that can say that. But, that's where I hope to help farmers like me that, hey, how can I help generate ideas over, well, maybe you can approach it a different way or change your methods or still keep your methods of applying fertilizer, but maybe do a different one. And so those are the types of things that I've been able to do since starting this. It's been great so far because I like to be able to bridge the gap too of one of the things that's helped farmers is, especially here in Jackson County, but more or less Northeast Georgia and statewide, is more and more farmers have been going direct to consumers.
Right.
And so when that happens, it opens up a whole different revenue stream but it also prevents a lot of challenges too. And
I can imagine.
helping them generate those ideas really brings more value to what they have to offer from their land.
But now you're a dog, are you not?
I am.
You have degrees in this stuff.
Double dog.
You're a double dog.
Double dog.
You're like the third one I've had in the last 10 days.
Well, good.
In the studio.
Okay.
I think it's a good sign.
Well, keep on
You
going.
can never have enough double dogs.
Well, then
I'm just saying.
And you may have someone that goes to Georgia Tech and balances out, but we got to have 4 more to balance it out.
I'm not even touching that. I'm not even touching that.
Hey, a lot of good things come from Tech, though.
Oh, it does. No, it does.
Well, even on the ag side.
I had 2 little brothers go to Georgia Tech.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, even on the ag side, with food processing and mechanical engineering, the impacts that Georgia Tech has on the ag industry in Georgia is unreal.
Oh, I can imagine.
So, we kid and prod, but,
It's fun. It's
what
fun.
higher ed does.
It really only matters Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
That's really the only time it matters.
That's right. That's right.
Other time we're decent to one another.
True. What's the clean old fashioned? All right,
Clean old fashioned hate, man.
That's right. That's right. Well, and it's something I can talk about a long time too. But what higher ed does for the ag industry across the state is unreal. We have such a strong network of university employees that their job is to serve farmers.
Right.
We have a great office here in Jackson County that they have certain specialties, and if they can't find the answers through their specialty areas as an extension agent, then they have a direct contact to the university system to help farmers solve problems that they may know by the back of their hand, or they can find someone that does. So it's great to have that support.
So is it mainly livestock and poultry in Jackson County?
Those are the main 2 anchors.
Those are the big ones. I know they're huge, but did crops come out of Jackson County at all?
There are some, and a couple that you may not think of. So
Probably
we have a growing agritourism sector with strawberries and pick-your-own operations.
I knew about that. Is it that big in Jackson County?
It's growing.
Good.
Maybe that's a good way to say that.
That's good.
And that kind of goes with the growth that we're experiencing up the corridor of 85 is the more people that come, the more population there is that want to participate.
They're going to want that stuff.
Yep. A farmer doesn't have to be in a populated area to make that work, but they got to be easy access.
Right. People got to know where they're at and how to get to them.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a double-edged sword. So many of those agritourism operations have exploded the last 20 years across the state.
Oh, yeah.
I think we can probably have a chance to do even more of that here in Jackson County.
Hey, if we got good soil that'll grow strawberries, let's do it.
That's right. I
always heard cantaloupes just are horrible for land. Is that true?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like you plant cantaloupes, it just robs the soil of everything. You got to wait a couple years to plant something else. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've heard that.
Okay.
So
Can't say it. We may have to try it.
Don't blame me if it goes sideways.
We may have to try
Great.
it.
Great.
Well, and you to your question earlier too, because of the population growth, and we've had some operations here in Jackson County that have been here 30 years, but it is a growing industry or sector, I guess, in ag is landscape and horticulture and ornamental nurseries. There are several throughout the county that grow. They're not what you think of as traditional agriculture, chickens and cattle.
Right.
But they're growing plants. And
that's considered part of the industry.
It is a part of the
industry.
industry.
I would have never guessed that.
So
wouldn't have thought of it.
If you're growing plants, and most of them grow plants in a row.
Right.
Just like any other farmer.
Right.
But they're growing crops for the landscape industry.
We're just not eating them.
Makes
sense.
Yeah, but the horticulture skills that someone uses to grow a cantaloupe is easily transferable into something that, whether they're a landscape homeowner or a contractor putting in a warehouse, they need landscaping, or someone in environmental remediation where they need grasses and things to help clean up property. All that falls into horticulture.
Wow,
So
I never thought of all that.
we have several huge operations here in Jackson County that you may not even know about because so many of those sell direct to landscapers, and you're always wondering, where did this come from?
Right.
Lo and behold,
That's where it comes from.
that's where it's come from.
And I imagine they need technology too.
They
Just
do.
like the farmer planting rows.
They do. And so one of the most pressing things, there's so many current issues in ag and production agriculture that affect different sectors, but particular to the green industry with pest management and disease management,
Right.
and being able to control those diseases at a cost effective for farmers. To precision, there's a category called precision agriculture where it involves both irrigation and those pesticides, that if they're needed, how does a farmer measure the most accurate application of those needed nutrients? And there's a whole industry about the engineering and the technology that goes into just that part of the industry. And that not only just applies to horticulture, but also across the board.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
Even more stuff I've never thought of.
Yeah, so if you go into, just like 100 years ago when the engineers figured out how to do refrigerated produce
Right.
and transport produce across the country, the same applies today. As
Wow.
more problems come up, technicians and engineers and all the scientists get to work and dive right in.
Yeah, the next wave of technology hits.
Yeah, that's right.
Ward, we're going to take a real quick break and get in one of our great community partners. One of our great community partners is Leads Near Me, your digital marketing agency for auto repair. Known for their ability to effortlessly increase car count, Leads Near Me combines years of experience, proprietary Google ads, and a thirst for getting better every day, helping auto repair companies grow their shops. Visit Leads Near Me, that's Leads with an A, nearme.com. And while you're at it, visit our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. Ward, you still there? You there?
I'm there.
There he is.
I think.
I hope. We didn't go very far, did we? You never know.
You never know.
Man, what were we talking about? We're talking about technology affecting agricultural business.
And that could be another 2 hours if we want to.
That's a whole different podcast series,
a whole different
man.
podcast.
We need to start a series with that.
Okay,
That would
let's
be
do it.
that actually would be cool.
So,
But something I want to talk about, just how big of an impact, and I know it's huge, but can I fathom it? Just how big of an impact is the agricultural landscape world to the local economy here in Jackson County, to the area?
sure.
Without it, we're in trouble.
Without
That's
it, we're in
what
trouble.
I'm reading between lines here.
Absolutely. And I mean, we're talking about in Jackson County alone, we're almost 65,000 acres of farmland.
Right.
And everyone has their own definition of what a small farmer is.
Sure.
And that changes from study to study. We know in Jackson County, according to USDA, that of that 65,000 acres, 48% of those acres, 48% of Jackson County farmers have a farm that's 10 to 50 acres,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So
Yes.
that breakdown of the farm size in Jackson County is nearly half of the farmers in the county.
Okay.
So no matter what measurement you use about what a small farm is, I think we can all agree that probably qualifies as a small farm,
50 acres or less.
50 acres or less.
Gotcha. Unless
And-
you're working those 50, and believe me, at that point,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
a huge farm.
I mean, just using the numbers alone, I mean, what you can get from a half acre if you just do produce,
Yeah.
you could feed 100 families.
Oh, yeah.
If you just do a half acre. Not saying we should all do that, but that
Could be done.
It could be done. It could be done. But, one of the things we talked about earlier was the amount of farmers that are selling more direct across the state.
Yeah.
And, I think one of those things is, as not only we're looking for more revenue streams, as farmers, we're looking at if we sell a commodity, where does it go? Mm-hmm. And I think the most recent study, there's several out there, and
I can imagine.
But it says that for every food dollar that someone buys food, 15 cents of that dollar goes to the farm.
Okay.
And so selling direct to consumers, maybe add more of that, maybe start to double that, or I'm just picking a number out of thin air.
I could see that easily double.
But just start adding more of that, more value back to the farmer
Right.
than exists currently. Not saying there's been whole businesses built on distribution and refrigeration and
absolutely
jobs provided by all of those industries. But as we're looking at trying to add new ways to keep farmers in business, that presents an opportunity.
Well, they're keeping more money in their pocket.
Keeping more money in their pocket.
Every time diesel fuel touches a product, every time a new pair of hands touches the product, everybody's profit goes down.
Everyone, well, but there's always value because so many farmers, they can't reach distribution arms that some of the businesses can.
True.
So those distribution companies provide value.
Oh, they're I'm not trying to put them down. They're very valuable.
But there's so many opportunities to get more profit back.
Exactly.
Back to
maximize what you have. Exactly.
Exactly. And so, there's so many opportunities, and there's a lot of, back to the whole study thing again, but there's so many economists that I think the average number is around 7 times return. So for every dollar,
7 times.
So if someone buys from a local farmer direct, whether it be strawberries or sweet corn or local beef, it's generally a 7 times return back to the local economy because they're buying local.
Right.
A consumer buys local. Not to mention you mentioned diesel fuel and environmental and all those other factors, but just on the basis of numbers alone.
Right.
And buying fresh ag products to your refrigerator or your freezer, you know where it came from, getting to know your farmer, knowing how it was produced, and contributing back to a local economy, it's a win-win-win.
I like it.
All the way around. My final thing would be, for sure, if you are ever looking for something to satisfy a craving, call around. Facebook, social media is always probably everyone's first choice, but look for your local farmers to see where they can help you out.
Actually go to the farm and purchase.
You can.
Really?
Absolutely.
Across the board?
Or you can, there's a lot that are shipping and my sister ships direct beef.
Oh, really?
So you can look and buy straight off her website. I know she has a wait list right now.
Does she really? That's awesome.
But
I love that.
Here in Jackson County alone, I mean, I'll refrain from saying just one or the other. But if simple Google search will
just Google it.
We'll find you so many opportunities to buy direct from a farmer.
So I didn't know that. Yeah. I'm embarrassed.
Well, that's why I'm here.
That is why you're here.
Not to embarrass you, but just, a little bit of awareness.
Oh, well, I stay embarrassed. So you own your own company.
I do.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
He didn't swing at me when I said that. How long have you had solid? Is it solid ground or solid grounds?
Solid ground services.
Okay, solid ground.
Yep.
I don't want to call it the wrong thing. Talk about embarrassing.
I appreciate that.
Solid. How long has solid ground been around?
So August of last year. So I'm getting close to a year under my own belt.
Nice.
Had an opportunity some of the products I do sell were from previous employers. And so it was just an opportunity to do my own thing. And we're telling farm story. It was an opportunity for me to spend more time on my family's farm. It's been a great chance to do a little bit of both.
Up in Commerce?
In Commerce.
In Commerce?
Yep.
Are we supposed to tell anyone that?
Well,
everybody knows it's up there.
Yeah.
It's not a very well kept secret.
No.
Just saying.
No. There we are.
I hear you, man. What are you growing up there?
So beef cattle primarily.
Yeah.
And all that goes into that. And that requires certain stages.
I can imagine.
Well, I've been always thinking about what's next and where can we, basically like everyone I talk to, doing quote unquote real business, my air quotes. Every video, my air quotes would be there. And I figured if people are going to trust me, then I need to do it too, even though I've been around ag, my whole life.
Your whole life.
But just, it takes time. With some of my manufacturers I work with, they service, we mentioned the green industry earlier, service products for green industry, whether it be landscapers or ornamental horticulture. And I'm not all the way there yet, but I'm getting close to maybe having some ornamental plants available for sale in the near future. So
I think you should.
Diversifying myself.
Nice. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You're young. You got plenty of time to figure things out.
Yeah. Well,
you'll get it figured out. I got faith in you, man.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to come around more often. I'll get a cheerleader.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a great cheerleader. I look horrible in a skirt, but man, I'm a great cheerleader.
Well, okay.
I can sell it hard, baby. Let me tell you. Ward, what else? We got a website.
Got a website, just solidgroundss.com.
Yeah, there's two S's.
Two S's.
Before the .com.
Before the .com. Services and supply. But
Services and supply.
officially services, but I got a little bit of supply going along too. So I added that.
The supply, I guess, what?
Just those products.
Fertilizers, things going in the ground.
Soils, fertilizers, just a couple of different manufacturers of products that help around the farm.
I got you.
Yep. I get a call, hey, can you help me find this? And I'll go to work.
You're just a valuable resource. You're a massive problem solver.
Yes.
That's
I hope to be.
You try to.
Try to. Or at least if they have a large problem, I can help with a piece of it.
Every little piece helps.
That's right. One big puzzle.
SolidGroundsSS.com. Ward, if we got it in, man, we'll get out of here early today.
Okay.
How'd we do that?
Hey, it's been a good day.
It has been a good day. They're going to play my music. And there it goes. Folks, Ward Black, good guy, Jackson County guy.
Thanks, Tom.
You're always welcome. You're always welcome here. You know this. SolidGroundSS.com. If you're a farmer, Ward might be able to help you. I'm Tom Sheldon. Talk to you soon.
Savings goals keeping you up at night? Let a Regions banker help you build a Regions Greenprint plan, a free financial roadmap personalized for what matters to you. Start building your financial confidence. Visit Regions.com to find a branch near you. Regions Bank, member FDIC.